Has anyone seen the RAM prices? They're ridiculous. And I'm going to tell you the solution to it that nobody's actually thinking about. Everybody's complaining about the prices. I'm tired of all you guys complaining on the internet. Stop it. Stop it now. I'll show you the solution. So here's the solution so you could just click out of the video in 30 seconds or less. Right here. Get the Framework desktop. This guy. This has 128 gigs of RAM. And fully modded with tax, delivery included, it's like 22 and change. They still haven't raised the price up. So they might raise the price up later. I'm just saying, get it sooner than later because it seems like that the RAM apocalypse is going to get everybody. However, I'm going to tell you also the reasons why it's better, so stay tuned. So here's the Amazon options that we have here. So 22 and change, you get a 2 terabyte drive. The $2,200 is without a 2 terabyte drive. If you include a 2 terabyte drive, you could get an 8 terabyte, the newest Samsung, for like $900, or one of these WD Blacks for $800. So I was able to get mine for like $660. However, that was probably a Black Friday deal. So that's my solution. Stop the yapping and complaining. I'm going to tell you exactly why. I'm broadcasting this video right from the Framework desktop, the one that I'm recommending you. So I'm only recommending you something that I bought myself, and I'm happy that I made the decision. Why did I make the decision? Well, 96 gigabyte video cards are like $10,000. So what nobody is selling the Framework desktop as is as a 96 gigabyte video card. Try to get a 96 gigabyte video card from Nvidia. It's going to cost you, what, $10,000? Fantastic. I don't know if you have $10,000 lying around, fantastic. Get whatever the Nvidia card is. However, if you want power efficient, small, everything perfectly working, you would just get the Framework desktop. Or maybe this guy. If I didn't have a Framework desktop, I would go for this guy. The benefit of this guy is that it already has two 10 gigabit ports. However, I'm not sure, does the Minis forum allow you to change the video card settings to 96 gigabytes? Why do I say this? Well, let me pull up my task manager for you. In the task manager right here, you're going to see on the GPU, I have 96 gigabytes of the 128 gigabytes on the Framework desktop dedicated to the video card. And I still have plenty, 32 gigs to run this thing. So I'm recording the video, and I have a 120 billion parameter model loaded, and this thing doesn't sound like a ventilator or like a squadron of airplanes flying around. And right here. So I have OpenAI GPT-OSS 120 billion model loaded. And it gives actually a pretty decent token exposure. So let's say I want to learn how to do Docker containers in Docker Desktop. So right here, I'm recording this video before you guys, and I have the most heaviest duty AI model that works, that you could load on a regular computer. Other ones actually require a crazy server. So we're running this AI model. We're doing this thing over here. And right here, 21% utilization. It's using 75 gigs of video memory. And it's teaching us all this stuff, loading up build kits, persisting and cleanup. So you have your own AI assistance that's locally hosted. I haven't tested other AI things because LM Studio, you just download LM Studio, it's free, and then you could download all these different AI models. So what the benefit of this is that you don't have to worry about the LM models loading. Anything over here, you could technically load. The 12 billion, the 27 billion, the 30 billion, everything. So let's say over here, it's going to say Minstrel resolving model full GPU offload available. So you have the GPU offload available, so you have all the AI stuff going on without an issue. So I just think the people complaining about these RAM prices, so take a look at this. You have a full size computer, like that's in a miniature size, 16 cores, 32 threads. How much does a 16 core processor cost? I'm just showing Amazon because it's the quickest and easiest and most people shop on there. So 16 core, 32 thread CPU. 79, it's probably 7950X. So we're talking about 9950X, $549. And that's for a desktop processor that's going to take a lot more electricity. This one is an adapted mini PC thing. The actual power supply on this thing, I think, is like 300 to 500 watts, something like this. So you could run it off solar power all day. You have a full-fledged PC, and the additional benefit is, you see this RAM over here? You're also getting really crappy RAM. The issue, like for example over here, you have 128 gig kit, $1,738. You load this up, and it's running at 5,600 megahertz. The RAM that we have installed on the on the framework desktop is 8,000 megahertz. It's soldered on. No, you can't upgrade it. However, they were able to, by soldering it on, make it actually go faster. Yeah, faster. That's what I said because it sounds cool. So comment down below if you think that's funny. And look at this. Why would anybody want? Okay, so maybe on eBay you could get it slightly cheaper. 64 gigs for $759. There's no point of even buying this RAM. 64 gigs for $648. Why? 64 gigs for $879, $749. 64 gigs for $797. I mean, I have 128 gig, like behind me, I have a 3090 for the 24 gigs and 128 gig memory kit, but it's running at 5600 megahertz. And the same camera connected to it, for some reason, wasn't recording as well as I am doing on this desktop, running a 120 billion model. Okay, so to summarize, get these mini PCs. I say go for the framework because it's probably going to have superior cooling. It doesn't make crazy noise. It's running. It's under the desk. I can't even hear it. I can't hear it, and it's running perfectly. It has two NVMe slots, two Nvme SSD slots. Get an 8 terabyte drive. I have an 8 terabyte WD block in there. However, probably nowadays, if I'm buying an SSD, I would get this 9100 Pro because I like Samsung. Their quality seems fantastic. And that's it. So that's my solution to the RAM shortage. Just buy a mini PC before they might go up in price, because those same mini PCs might be worth $3,000. However, it's kind of like a price fluctuation structure. Those guys could probably get the RAM cheaper. Maybe they already signed a contract to get it for cheaper. So just go for the $395 Max mini PC. The recording is great. I'm running an LM, large language LLM, LM Studio, 120 billion model. Let's see what tokens per second we get. 34 tokens per second. I don't know what an NVIDIA card was, but you need a crazy power supply. So a power supply for a 5090, you only get 32 gigs of RAM. You need like 1,000 watts at least. So that's $150 for a gold one. You need a big case. That's another $150. For a 16 core CPU, you need like $550 to buy this RAM. So yeah, but the 5090 costs $3,000. Let's see what a 5090 costs. Again, Amazon, 5090. By the way, I'm providing Amazon affiliate links. Oh, 5080, $1,800. 5090, $3,500. Okay. So, I'm having a fantastic experience. I have a large language model loaded and all this stuff. I don't have to buy these overpriced 5090s. I don't have to get a 9070 XT, 9060 XT, get big cases and things like this. It's a little small PC. I bought my own 8 terabyte drive, installed Windows 10 because I don't want Windows 11. So for those that love building PCs, yeah, you could also upgrade your stuff right to there. Look, configure now. $395. Oh, this is in pounds. Okay. 1999 pounds. Oh, I have a VPN on. Okay. Anyways, $2,250 gets you that. So you can't buy a GPU for that. The best GPU probably you could get, the best priced one would be at Best Buy. A 5070 Ti. 5070 Ti. This guy for $750. But still, okay, without the RAM, the computer doesn't work. Without the CPU, it doesn't work. So whatever you already have, fantastic, leave it. Like the 3090 back there, it also could run the huge language model, but it offloads to the RAM. But the RAM is slower, so I'm probably getting a little bit less tokens per second. Put your comment down below if you want to see what the tokens per second would be with a 9700X, 5600 megahertz RAM, 128 gigabytes. Can I load the 120 billion model? I believe I already did. However, I don't believe I got this 34.35. So I've seen as high as 40 tokens per second. So you could run any language model. You don't have to worry about it. And all these guys focusing on the PCs. And if you don't have a lot more RAM on your AI language model, unless you have a crazy video card for $10,000, the $2,200 it's a steal. It's free, considering the amount of stuff that you could get out of it. And you don't have a crazy gaming computer taking up power, taking up electricity. This thing at idle probably idles much less. The computer back there idles probably at 120 to 150. This guy, I think, idles as low as 40 to 50 watts, much lower percentage. So, and it's running a 240 hertz OLED gaming gigabyte display. This guy. So this way, the FO32. So it's a 32 inch. So that's what I'm looking at right now. Looking at this one, and it's running at 240 hertz. Advanced display settings. Bang. 240 hertz at 10-bit color. So you get the colors, you get the thing, so you can run your gaming. Yeah, you might need to do the gaming at 1080p. So this is why you have a 3090 back there. However, 4060 with a little upscaling, you're pretty much good. Running the language models, running your stuff that you need, you're good. Okay, friends, how did you like the solution to the RAM crisis? Don't buy a PC, don't build a PC, don't buy an AMD card, don't buy this. Just buy a Minis Forum or this guy, Framework Desktop. The Minis Forum, the additional benefit, it has 10 gigabit networking. However, with this guy's USB 4 ports, I can actually upgrade to 10 gigabit networking on a 2 if I really wanted to. 5 gigabit is enough for me for now. That's the way that I see things. All right, friends, put your comments down below. I hope the solution was fantastic. The links are Amazon affiliate links. I get a kickback if you're going to buy a computer anyway. Hopefully this solved your solution. And if you guys have any other great ideas, not really worry about the market. Stop focusing on the negative. Focus on the positive. You get more of what you focus on. I have a more power efficient computer. I've actually started appreciating my computer more because all this crazy RAM prices at the low pace, and then you have to buy all this thing nilly-willy. All the things you bought in the previous time, fantastic. Just be thankful you bought it. And yeah, all right, guys. Have a great day and God bless. Bye.